Okay, guys, we got Coach Marinelli. Go ahead and raise your hands for questions. Got Jerry first.
Yeah.
Hey, Coach, I know you only had like about a walkthrough pretty much last week, and now you've had a couple of practices maybe under your belt. I'm just curious as to, did you see what you wanted to see in terms of the effort and the hustle and things you talked about then, and what can you add to that now?
I thought it was improvement. It was really solid. Want more still, but I really like the fight in them all the way. Got to eliminate mistakes, eliminate some big plays, eliminate penalties as coaches and players together, working together. But I just thought they showed a ton of heart in that game toward the end, and I just really loved how they kept fighting. But we got to win.
Hey, Rod, I want to ask you your impression so far of Vic Beasley, and do you think he can get back to his level of 2016 at some point?
He's got the skill level is really good. He's still got the skill and the speed and the movement. We really enjoy working with him, and obviously he's the quickness, the balance, and the production he's had. So it's a guy you love having here and love working with. Great guy to work with. Great man.
Hey, Rod, you have a few guys on the reserve, COVID-19 listed as secondary. You're pretty thin at safety this week. How are you planning to account for that?
The men that we have, most of these guys have been here with us most of the season as it is. So, you just keep coaching those guys in the basics. You make sure our alignments are right, all those things are right, and you believe in the men you're coaching. That's, I think, number one. And it's coach and player when you go on the field. That's how we deal with it.
Rod, at the beginning of the year, a lot was placed on Malik Collins' shoulders to be, the three technique and the guy that was going to press the pocket and that kind of thing. I don't think the season worked out the way he planned or anybody planned. You may be getting him back. What would you hope to see from him the last couple games?
Oh, you believe a lot in Malik, and getting him back in here right now. He's had 3 weeks to really, I think, really get healthy and feeling really good. So my goal is that he's going to be the guy we had in training camp. That's what I always believe. I never put a ceiling on a man. I always open the roof up, and that's what I believe. He's had a good week of practice. Got another couple days to go. So I'm anxious to see him getting going. I hope he can help really impact the defense.
Hey, Rod, Sam Gordon here with the Las Vegas Review-Journal. I know you haven't had a chance to coach him in a game yet since you've taken over as defensive coordinator, but what impresses you the most about Jonathan Abram that you've seen so far, and what do you think he needs to do to reach his ceiling as a football player?
Yeah. What impresses me is he's got great football instincts. He is a terrific hitter. That as soon as you do that, you got my attention, and especially in our system. So I just think it's honing the skills and have an opportunity to practice week after week after week after week, because he's missed a lot last year and no camp and all those things. But I think the ceiling is so high on this guy, and I think he cares so much, and he brings such great energy. So I think it's a process of developing skill and time over task, and that's going to happen for him.
Jerry?
Yeah, Rod. Trayvon Mullen's a guy that you guys have expected a lot out this year. He's done some really good things. He had a rough game in terms of penalties. When you evaluated that, were the penalties in your mind fair, or what does he have to do to sort of break out of that?
I just think first thing we do is we watch it as a group together, and try to see some of the TV copies, hand placement, all those different things where they should be. Really a coachable guy. Man, I love this guy. And so as our job now as teachers to help him, our hand play, all those things. So it's coach working with a player with a coach, and just playing within the rules that things that we are allowed to do. I love how competitive the guy is, and he's really been good at times this year. So just helping him clean some of this stuff up. First, bring it to a man's attention, and then you help him correct it.
Great. Thank you, Coach. Thank you, everyone.
Good.
Appreciate it.
Take care.
The box will light up yellow. So, okay, guys, we got Rayquan McMillan. Go ahead and raise your hands for questions.
Can they hear me?
Yeah, they can hear you. He just has to be unmuted there. There we go. Yep.
Hey, Raekwon, Jerry McDonald from the Bay Area News Group. You had the most snaps you had in a game with the Raiders last against the Chargers. I'm just curious about what you thought about being with this team and how you thought it went the other night.
Unfortunately, man, we lost. So, you know, I'm always a team guy first. So we lost the game. But on the individual tip, I'm glad to get out there and showcase my talents. I'm kind of more of a lead by example type of guy. So I've been quiet this whole time. I've been out here in Las Vegas trying to get to know the team, trying to get guys to know me. But going out there on what it was, Saturday, Sunday? It was Thursday. Thursday. It was a Thursday game. Getting to show my real emotions out there on the field with my team, it was pretty cool.
Raekwon, what does this week mean for you, this opponent?
I mean, it's a lot of familiar faces, but it's just another game for me. Of course, I'm going to be excited to see those guys and play against them and compete with them. Some of my longtime friends, Jerome Baker, I was with him at Ohio State, and the other guys, Xavier Howard, Bobby McCain on the defensive end. It's going to be good to see him, but I'm ready to compete and try to get a win.
Raekwon, how would you assess the difference, if any, with an approach from Paul Gunther to Rod Marinelli, and how did that manifest itself on the field Thursday night?
Man, we were coming off of a short week, and we all had to rally with Coach Rod Marinelli. When Coach PG was here, man, he did a good job. For his time he was here, he gave me an opportunity, so I have nothing but good things to say about him. But with Coach Rod Marinelli, we came in on Monday, and we had a short week, so we had to rally with him and simplify the game plan so we can go out there and play fast.
Raekwon, you're an Ohio State guy on a team with like 100 Clemson guys. What has it been like for you? How much have you heard from them?
Yeah, I still got battle scars from when we lost 31-0 in the Fiesta Bowl. And we got them again this year. And we lost to them last year again. So hopefully this year we can get it done. But they got a tough guy at quarterback, and we got a pretty good squad too. So I think we're gonna do it.
Yeah, Raekwon, you came here with a reputation as being a pretty good run defender, and with the exception of a couple games, this has been a fairly good run defending team. Is that kind of what you see your strength as, and how important will that be the last two games to sort of tighten up the run defense?
Yeah, I mean, it's something that I feel like I'm pretty good at, but I don't want to put myself in that little cubby hole anymore. I let it happen at the beginning of my career, and now I just try to go out there and be the best linebacker on the field. But yeah, I mean, it's been a point of emphasis for us as a defense, stop the run, because if we don't stop the run, we can't get to the money down, third down, and get off the field as a defense. That's the ultimate plan. So being a good run defense is all good and all that, but we just try to win on first and second down so we can get a third down.
Great. Anything more for Raekwon? Okay, guys, thank you very much.
Appreciate you.
We got Trayvon Mullen. Go ahead and raise your hands for questions. Start off with Jerry.
Hey, Trayvon, Jerry McDonald from the Bay Area News Group. How would you assess the difference on the field, and how did Rod Marinelli's presence kind of manifest itself in the first game, and what kind of changes are you seeing with the coordinator change?
With Coach Marinelli, the way he coaches is very aggressive. By that I mean, it's about how you playing on the field. It's about playing fast, your technique, playing as a group, finishing plays, playing fast, and just let the coverages and the calls take care of itself. You know, he just wants us to go out there and play with passion, show that we care about the game and we want to win. That's the biggest thing with Coach Marinelli, I can say, and I think that's huge for our defense.
Trayvon, I guess it's hard as a defensive back to know game to game how officials are going to call contact and that sort of thing. You had a few penalties the other night. When you looked at them afterwards, did you see mistakes that you had made? Did you think that they were ticky-tack, or how did you evaluate yourself?
For me, man, it wasn't much I did in that aspect. For me, I know I'm a great player. I play hard. I go out there. I put it all on the line, and I just play to win. I play hard and aggressive, and things happen like that, and that's what it was. I know I got to get better, learn from it, and that's just what it is with that.
Trayvon, the last two games sort of came at you quick after after the last second win against the Jets, and you got the Colts at home and then short rest for the Chargers. Has this extra time off been able to sort of help you guys maybe get refocused a little bit and kind of remind yourself of the way you were playing when y'all were peaking? Has this extra time helped? I mean, obviously every team's going to benefit from that extra time, but for what you guys have gone through with this roller coaster of the season, a couple of 1-3 slides and now a 2-game skid, you're still available, you're still eligible to make the playoffs. You need a little help from some other teams, but from a mental aspect and just overall, has this helped?
I mean, I believe so. Gave guys a couple of days to just sit and just think about what was at stake and what's still at stake. The opportunity of us finishing, how we're going to finish. What we're going to show as a defense these last two games. Like, we just got to go out there. We got to play together. Everybody got to be mentally focused. You got to go out there and play with the edge and just show we want to win. And I think that's the biggest key. You do that, you remain focused, play hard, play fast, and be together, and I think you'll have a good outcome.
Trayvon, you've been having such a good season, and you talked about just playing your game the other day, and the call's just kind of going against you. But does it get in your head at all? Is it tough to deal with mentally when they're calling those things and maybe they haven't called the rest of the season?
Oh no, it never gets to me mentally. Like I said, I know I'm one good of a player, and I know what I bring to this team, and I know what I'm gonna do every weekend, every Sunday that I go out there and play. Sunday, Saturday, whenever it is, I know I'm gonna put it all out on the line, and I know I'm gonna play hard, I'm gonna play physical, and I'm gonna play fast. And if that happens, then so be it. I gotta get better, learn from it, and just keep going.
I think from the outside and maybe some of the fan base, they're disillusioned because now there probably won't be playoffs, even though it's not 100%. But in that locker room, you talked about finishing. How important would it be for you guys to get out of here with 8 or 9 wins?
I mean, it's big. Finish is the biggest thing for us right now. I mean, we don't want to finish losing. We got to show who we are. We got to show how tough we are. We got to show that no matter the circumstance or the outcome or whatever it is, that we're going to go out there, we're going to play hard, we're going to finish, we're going to show what type of player we are individually and as a whole. And like I said, you do all those things and everything should be well for us as a group.
Anything more for Trayvon? You got one more, Jerry?
Just curious what you've seen from Damon Arnett, who's had kind of a rough go of it in his rookie year in terms of the concussions lately and that sort of thing, and what you see from him as now you being like a big veteran, a second-year guy, and how he's kind of battled through what he's had to battle through.
I mean, yeah, Damon had to go through a couple things. Everybody's journey is different. Like you say, he has some tough times and tough things he's still dealing with and going through. But he's a great player. He's a great person. As long as he's dialed in and just continue to remain focused and just know what's in front of him and learn and just get better and things like that, he's gonna be good in the long run.
Looks like we got one more. Sam, go ahead.
Trayvon, Sam Bourne here, Las Vegas Review-Journal. You guys obviously didn't have Abram last week. Him being a second-year guy like yourself, you guys came in together. When he's playing well, when everything's right with him, what does he bring to your defense?
He just brings a lot of confidence. He brings the edge. He brings speed. He brings power. John is just himself. He got guys around him that's he's going to make guys better. He's going to have guys in the right position. He's going to talk to you, communicate. He's going to have you out there just being comfortable, and you're able to play your game.
Great. Thank you, Trayvon. Thank you, everyone.